the Philadelphia, I almost said Phillies, but the Philadelphia Eagles have an opportunity to have the merriest of Christmases because they lead the Phoenix Cardinals. The score in that one is 14-7. No alcohol being sold at the vet. Everyone was searched prior to the start of the game. That's because of that incident over there a couple weeks ago. Randall Cunningham rolling right and going for a 15-yard touchdown. Now, who in the world framed Roger Ruzak here?
Really a clever play. The Eagles are always looking for an edge wherever they can find it. Here they line up for an apparent field goal attempt. The ball snapped directly to Ruzak, number 7, and he lofts a beautiful pass at Chris Carter, and he rambles in 22 yards for the touchdown.
Now, of course, for the Eagles to win the division championship, they must win this game and get help from the Los Angeles Raiders. And right now they are 17-14, Raiders with the lead. The Rams are in if they win, and they are beating the Patriots, as you know, 10-3 right now at the half. Green Bay and Dallas. Packers win a division if they beat the Cowboys and if Cincinnati beats Minnesota tomorrow night. Now let's take a look at Don Mikowski, and he gets hit by Jim Jeffcoat. And what a lucky break here for the Packers as the ball goes out of bounds and they maintain possession. Troy Aikman with a bad decision here.
He's having a pretty good half for him, but this is one pass that got away from him. Johnny Holland picks it off at 6-yard line and rambles up 26 yards, setting up a scoring opportunity for the Packers. They take advantage of it right away. Jeff Query, 14-yard touchdown.
You know, he's had a pretty good season for the Packers.
Yeah, from a small school, too.
You bet. Milliken down in Decatur, Illinois. So it is 10-3 at half. Indianapolis and New Orleans. Colts are in if they win, but the Saints are beating them at the half 10-6. Kansas City, Miami. These two teams still have a chance, but they need help along the way. Loser is out. So it's 21-14, Chiefs with the lead. Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh, and just moments ago, the Steelers punched in their third touchdown, and they still have a chance, but they need help. They lead Tampa Bay 21-10. Detroit and Atlanta, 14-3. If this holds up, the Falcons would have the #1 choice in the draft. Boy, Barry Sanders is something.
Boy, he goes off tackle here on a draw play, 25 yards. The first half he had unofficially, I have her 9 carries, 63 yards. He's vying for the rushing title in the entire National Football League.
They may win a division title or at least a wild card next year. And we're going to pause, and we'll be back right after these messages from your local stations. Welcome back to our New York studios, and a reminder that coming up in the second game of our CBS Sports NFL doubleheader, Chicago at San Francisco, and Joe Montana will tune up for the upcoming playoffs. He will start at quarterback for the Niners. In case some of you may have missed it last night, I want to show you how the Cleveland Browns captured the Central Division Championship in the AFC, but for a moment, they thought that they had given it back to Houston. Warren Moon took his eye off the snap. Clay Matthews recovering the loose ball for the Browns, but for some reason he elects to lateral the ball off. And the Oilers get a second chance. And they make the most of it. On the next play, Moon strikes for this touchdown. Oilers lead, forcing the Browns to pound it in on their last drive to win the division title. Now, Eric Metcalf was injured, and I asked Bud Carson about the injury.
Well, I'm still waiting for a trainer's report, but there's a chance he has a slight crack, as I understood it last night. And we've been on an airplane all night, so I'm not sure I understood it correctly. But he has a cracked bone down around his little toe. We're not sure that it's a type injury that'll need to be casted and keep him out or not. I think it's really a matter of waiting a few more hours. He's at the Cleveland Clinic now being examined.
But there was a moment last night, I'm sure at the time, you just said, oh no, and that's this play we're going to take a look at now. The ball is loose. Moon took his eye off the snap, and Clay Matthews is there. What were your thoughts on the sideline?
My thoughts were, when he picked the thing up, that he was going to lateral it to Mark Harper, who is one of our very skilled defensive backs, and instead he threw it back over his head to Chris Pike, who's 290 pounds and has never had a carry in his career. We would have probably hung him from one of the propellers in the airplane going home if that had been a deciding factor.
Yeah, I'll bet it was a very relieved Clay Matthews at the conclusion of that game. But you get a week off. You don't have to go the wild card route, and I'm sure that you look forward to that. But how do you prepare now for a divisional playoff game? You can't be positive of who you're going to be meeting here for a couple days.
We're not positive, that's true. We got a pretty good idea, but we're just waiting now to make a decision where to go, what kind of warm weather we can get to heal up some of our injuries and try to find control a little bit of our whole program that has not been as good as we'd like it to be, and hopefully make a run at it.
You know, really happy to see Coach Carson. They flew all night. They got in at 6:30 this morning. But the best bet for their opponent in the playoffs will probably be Buffalo, I think.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what you knew, but Bernie Kosar played pretty well in that dome last night. And right now, let's send you back to the stadium and the game you're watching here on CBS.